Hello traders, we're going to go over the chart of the YM23 tick chart for January 31st, 2012. I'm going to show the signals here, real slow going backwards. And then we'll discuss why they are the signals and why they aren't. You're seeing green circles and white circles. The white circles are pullbacks for an uptrend. It's an entry for an uptrend. We're nearing 10 o'clock right now. We did have some news this morning, so we had quite a run around 10 o'clock. And this is our overnight action, so I'm not even going to label those. So let's zoom out here a little bit. This is the start of our day here. Getting a couple signals here. One here. Getting a few here. It was a downtrend all day, pretty much. And then let's see, till lunchtime. And a pullback, kind of a bowl shape going on here. So what I wanted to do as well is you can see a few trades in here that are early because the trend down was so strong. But I'm going to show you how you can avoid a couple of these trades here. Let's just go over them individually here. This is the first trade of the day at 9:42. We've got a red or purple RSI down in here, and we do get a signal here. So your green and your red are in here. It was not a good signal. The next signal was good. Going to mark this as a pullback signal. We have the pullback signal is green, meets the 10 line here by itself, and we've got we're outside the Keltner channel, and we have a yellow bar here. So go into that. All right, our next signal here. This is not set as a signal for a few reasons. The purple RSI hasn't completely crossed in. The green hasn't come down into the 10 area as well. Our first sign of the green and the purple being in the 10 area is this green. Is this entry right here. And here's your signal. Have a couple other early signals in here because the trend was so strong. Let's also note this. We've got a break right in here of this price line. You've got a very small test, but it wasn't completely tested. And we've got our signals coming up, but we've got interest. It's just blowing right down to lows. So what happens later? Price comes up and tests this line right here that was never really tested. So this is another example. If you watch some of our other initial trading videos, the rules and guidelines videos for the YM, you'll see that often when you're finding trades that don't work out, and like this, they're just simple. They're probably, you've got interest in here. It's a buying, pulling out, switching over type of situation from shorts to longs, and all of these areas will be taken care of later. So here's what we were talking about here. Here's another pullback entry. You're finally getting this green down in here. You're waiting. You're seeing the gray bars in here, and you're waiting for our signal here. So that is a pullback entry. This is a pullback entry, assuming possible continuation. So just an entry to see if you can get something out of it. Also, couple other trades right in here went against you, and then this was a good trade, and that was a good trade. Again, just stay with the rules, and these are the trades that if you're not watching anything else, you would be able to pull these off if you strictly go by the rules and the guidelines that we set up. Now, what are we kind of seeing across the board here? I'm going to zoom out here. The YM, being that we had a major trend here, what would make sense on a downtrend kind of day like this, if you want to grab some points here? Well, what would make sense would be to find a couple trades that don't work out and be that much more aggressive on the next couple trades that are good signals. So these are all good signals. And same goes for this area. You know, we're breaking these lows. There's interest here. And funny thing is, price comes back up in here and even helps out again. What you're seeing again here are two more trades that didn't quite work out. So if on trend days like this, it would make sense to wait for a few trades that don't work out. The market's running over the participants in this area. If you were to remove these two trades, the first few trades, here's another example. Indicator worked. That's a trade. But let's say you ignored it. You would have this next trade in here. So that's one way to increase your odds here. The trend is so strong and so forceful here that we're getting some interest early on and some good signals, but price is just blowing down through those areas. So how can we avoid some of those trades? Well, we can start applying some risk parameters, and I'm going to do this right now. I put these little extra ellipses here on top to show that now that we have a signal, if you're getting a yellow signal and it turns gray immediately after, you could say it's not confirmed by a blue, because our process is gray to yellow to blue to red. So if you were to wait and say, I need to confirm these with a blue bar after a yellow bar, if you had done that, you would take out that trade, taken this trade out of the mix. Also, you would take out this trade. So currently we just removed 3 signals that didn't work very good. Also, here's another one without a blue confirmation. We're going to remove this one. As you can see, there's no blue confirmation in there. Let's see if we have any more. Yes, there's one more. So we've removed a number of trades that if you just would have confirmed them with a blue bar, which shows a little more stability. Let's see if there's any others. No, those were... Alright, so let's look at this chart again now, because it's going to start looking a lot better. So what do we have? We have one bad trade there, one bad trade there. That's not a completely losing trade. It's just in the middle, but it's confirmed by a blue bar. Let's see how this last one would have worked out. Not much meat on the bone there, but I'm not going to mark it as a bad trade. You should have been able to... Yeah, something really sped up right in through here. We had a real big movement to take people out there. You can see how fast things were rolling along. This is 150, 151, 152. The takeout moves happen pretty fast, don't they? Okay, so here's what we have in the chart. Might as well mark this one up here too. It's confirmed by a blue bar, but there's not much there, so I'm gonna mark that as well. So out of all the days trading, you've got 3 bad trades in here. And all the rest should have been money makers for everyone involved. We're still getting some good areas here. So I do believe in the YM. It's in your best interest to trade with blue confirmation bars after a yellow. If yellow is signaling your entry and the rules are correct and you're going by the rules, you can just see it. We took out 5 or 6, I think, additional trades that didn't work for you. And the other thing is, you may want to, if you're seeing price move down fast, and we're definitely in a downtrend, you may want to wait and just find some bad signals. Wait for a bad signal, see it, avoid it, and then start looking for the next one, because the next one is going to have some good potential in it, like in here. Also this one. But overall, you can see there's quite a bit of trading during the day, even in a downtrend, and we're still bringing in revenues. This is a bounce. Before I finish, I'll just start in here again and go through here. Okay, you've got a blue confirmation here. This was from gray to blue. Would have been an entry. It just wasn't much there. About five ticks. And things are moving really fast, so here's another one, gray to blue. That's why that's marked. And it is a pullback here, so it is according to our rules a legit trade. So if you had seen this and said, wow, that wasn't quite what I was hoping for, and you got more and more downtrend, the further this is going down away from this point, this is some interest in here. The further you're getting away from it is the better your chances of picking up a trade down here to go back up into this area, just as it did. Here's another one. So all these have the blue confirmations in them. I hope this helps a little bit more. It's nice to be able to say, hey, where are the bad trades, and how can we avoid some of them? Because everybody's strategy, you want to avoid losing trades as much as you can, and especially when you look at this, how do you know when the downtrend is over? You don't. So the reality is you should find a way to trade for value, trying to find the YM and buying it at a good low value. These don't, granted in this run down here, these don't look like you want to jump on board there. But you can see none of this whole area hadn't been tested. And in fact, we don't even really test it till we get back up and over into this area. So just looking at these, again, it's July 31st, or sorry, January 31st, 2012, and these are entries on there. And here are 3 bad trades. The rest all should have been money makers for anyone trading on those signals. So that's pretty good. Count them up. Okay. Thanks again. Stop in. Thanks again. Sign up for our webinars, and we'll try to get you on the right path. Thank you.